What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here in the Odd Trapper channel, coming to you with a Thursday edition of MLB and NFL. Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell goes a long way for me on this video, goes a long way for you. That way you become apprised whenever great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. My friends, it's here. It is NFL season. I'm excited. You're excited. We're all excited. And Lofty, he's already dropped his play for every game video, similar in vein to what I'm going to be doing on Fridays. Now, Fridays, I'm just going to be covering the Sunday slate of games. That's all I'm going to do. But on all of these MLB videos, on everything that I'm going to be doing here on the Odd Trapper channel, every primetime game, I'm going to give you a play. I'm going to give you a play. I'm going to round it out. I'm going to talk you through the process for it. Now, the NFL, it is a small sample size sport. You got to be quick, you got to be agile, and you got to be smart with how you utilize your bankroll. I know we all want to fire ad nauseum when it comes to the NFL because it's only around for a short amount of time. We wait all year long for this, and now it's here. So we're going to talk you through the ins and outs of that Philadelphia hosting Dallas Cowboys game. Looking forward to a divisional rivalry game for the Super Bowl champions here at home to kick things off. Lots of ins and outs. Some other angles that I'm looking at that I haven't bet yet, but one bet that I do have that I'm excited to share with you. But we got ourselves 6 MLB games. I've got 2 MLB bets. One's a home run that I already bet because I don't think that number is going to get any better than what it was at open. What is it? I'll tell you here in a second. But first, Tails Lindy. I was going to have this expire on Thursday. I really was. But we're going to extend it all the way into Sunday because a lot of people, a lot of new faces in there. I want you to be able to jump into the Lindy Discord and see what all the hype is about. Now, was it that profitable on Wednesday? No, it was not my best day whatsoever on Wednesday. There was some good. Nick Kurtz, big fan. He carried the Tyler Soderstrom role after Tyler Soderstrom was not there. All the St. Louis righties in the bullpen. Yeah, that was utilization by me, and Kurtz goes yard off of one of them. That was helpful. But not only that, we had a singles prop yet again in Drew Lyle that hits immediately. He gets picked off, which was so tilting. It was a phenomenal bet to get him at plus 320. Overall, I felt really good about the reads outside of course, George Kirby. Anyway, 50% off your weekly $10 or monthly $25, less than $1 a day by utilizing that one with code TailsLindy. And of course, if you guys want to join Tails and put up plays yourself or check out the expert picks page, well, there's a link to be able to do that down below. So you've got the Discord link and then you've got the Tails link. You can check out the expert picks page, know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you are looking at putting plays together for the people, well, you've got an amazing place to do it here at Tails, where I'm at. You can be here too. So check it out. That is Be Like Lindy. Join Tails today. Alrighty, y'all. We got MLB. We got NFL. Let's get to the plays. Ooh, darling. Yeah, I'm excited to talk NFL. I know you are too. We got the Phillies. We got the Milwaukee Brewers. Let's talk about this one. Your first game, kind of on an island there. Island boys sitting there at, 4:10 Eastern, 1:10 Pacific, 3:10 local. I think I did all of that correctly. But we got a pitching masterclass going on here. Ranger Suarez from the left side, Freddie Peralta from the right side. Both of them are damn good. But Suarez, 4.5 strikeouts. It got hammered immediately. I saw minus 140. It's like minus 155 right now. If it starts buoying back to that minus 145 number, I think it's a good parlay piece. I probably don't even want to go like the 0.7, 0.8 units because, again, in MLB, there's 162 MLB game season. We have like 200 plus days of baseball that we can bet, and I get more volume down in MLB than anything else. And that's why you see very strict unit allocations. That's why we want to be smart about it. There are people like this idiot on another site. I don't even want to say it. You know what I'm talking about. I mean, we have DK DFS, one of the foremost outright amazing dudes that exists over on X, standing for the people, one of my good friends. And I just absolutely love the work that he does to keep people just keep them real. Be honest about what you do. And some people aren't. So it's a bummer. But I am very forthcoming with how I go about it. Unit track everything over on X for everybody. And yeah, you ask, I answer. So here you are. It's been a really good year too. I mean, that obviously helps. It's been a really good 4 years of betting baseball. It's been a 4-year masterclass of NBA and 3 years of NFL. We won't talk about one of them, but that's in the rear view. We're ready to rock for this NFL season, but MLB, Let's get back to the winning times again. I would have liked Minnesota to not screw that up with 2 on in the ninth and get ourselves that hook that we needed. 4-3 turns into 4-4. You're guaranteed the over of 8.5. That's how math works. But Suarez, over 4.5 strikeouts. The whole point here, Milwaukee, Christian Yelich gets scratched. You were okay. I mean, they were just giving a maintenance day originally to Jackson Chourio, and well, he ends up DHing in that spot. They go ballistic on Aaron Nola, who's just Aaron Nola's broken. Ohtani taking on Paul Skeens mother trucker. Now you're getting nearly plus 300 for Ohtani. That might be like auto bet territory. I want to see some more numbers at open. I get the ballpark. I get the concern because it's Paul Skeens, but like it just feels like you're missing an opportunity. If Paul Skeens is on the mound for, let's say, 3 at-bats for Ohtani, you get 9 at-bats over the course of 3 days facing him. And we're trying to extend the sample size. That's how I like to think of things. 1 ball gets hit really, really hard out of 9. Skeens is not somebody who's going to shy away and walk in Ohtani. Yeah, is he going to aim for edges? Sure, but he's going to make mistakes. Hitting nearly 3-1 is great, but I saw open plus 260 over on FanDuel. I'm not sure that's good enough, so I kept it off for now, but pay very close attention. As for Ohtani himself, sounds as though they're going to move his start to the weekend, the freaking weekend, baby. We're not going to finish that one. Blake Snell going to be moved into the starting unit here. Another pitching masterclass. Not a lot of bats to be mining out of anything. Caglianon under 1.5 total bases. This guy DH'd out of the 8-hole. And I do want to have a conversation with some of these managers or GMs and how they go about utilizing a DH spot and how they think that it makes sense when a DH, his lone job is to bat in the course of a game. And these teams like San Diego does it from time to time, less so now that they have Ryan O'Hearn and, him or Luis Arraez taking on first base. But, before that, you would see guys like Jackson Merrill, 6-hole, or you shouldn't have to DH a guy in the 8-hole. That's not how this works. But I guess Jack Caglianon has just been that brutal for them. And now he takes on Kyle Hendricks here. Kyle Hendricks, he's an old man pitching at the Y, but he does a really good job of limiting hard contact. And he doesn't have like the put away kind of stuff here, but I really don't trust Caglianon coming off of the IL. Has not looked right in the big leagues yet. I'm not sure what development he needs because every time he goes to AAA, he smashes or strikes out. And, well, now he's just striking out. It's been brutal, but it's one of those that I'm going to keep off for now. Do want to kind of assess what the lineup rolls out as because there's a chance he doesn't even make it with how he's been playing. They do have the opportunity to go Yastrzemski, and they've also played alongside him Randall Grichuk, and Kansas City's still actively trying to win baseball games. So something to just kind of keep in your back pocket, pay attention to, wait for another lonely day. Noah Cameron, he's been really, really good. Joe Adell, the one who was promised. I absolutely love this guy, but I haven't been able to bet his prices because my brain still can't wrap around that everybody else is now bought into Joe Adell. I sold my Dynasty team, talked about that the other day. Joe Adell was on it forever. I love that guy. Speed, power, crazy AAA numbers. It was PCL, but still, he is starting to really show out in the big league level, and I love it, love it, love it. Last 2 games have been ridiculous for him and Kaufman. Alrighty, the White Sox taking on the Twins. FU for not bunting and potentially trying to actively win the game. No outs, 2-1. And all of a sudden, I knew we were dead when James Outman's up with 1 out. That was toast. And then Ryan Jeffers' first pitch grounds out. I hate the Twins. I hate my team. I hate them. I hate them so much. But we're 1-1, lost a tiny bit to the Vegas. Actually, played it at minus 101 for the over of 9 the other day. So it ends up being basically a complete wash. I lost $1.50 if I'm being honest, because it was 105 that was won to win 100, and then 101 that ends up losing. So 101, yeah, I lost $1. You don't care. I'm just doing the math in my head. Over 8.5, friends. That is White Sox Twins. Actually, I think it was 51 and 50. I can't remember. I'll click on it. I'll find out. Again, you got to be forthcoming. 51, 50, and 50. There you go. I lost $1.50. I knew that somehow, some way. I knew it was $1.50. Let's get to the next play, shall we? Join the Lindy Discord. Hey, oh, not my best day yesterday, that's for sure. But you know what? We've lost less than a unit because, again, we use unit allocations. We are smart about the way that we utilize our money, not firing 45 units to win infinity units and the triple home run parlay ridiculousness. I know a lot of people want to do it. And hey, we'll take some calculated risks from time to time. I'm happy to do that. But let me do the math for you. 50% off the weekly, 25 for the monthly. Look at that. Great at math. And talked about it earlier. Be like Lindy. Join Tails today. Let's get to the baseball plays before we finish with the NFL. All righty. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification. Why can't I say notification? Notification. Grab some water. Wish that was vodka. Notification bell as we go to Cleveland taking on Tampa. Actually, I don't, because that would be just disgusting. A vodka lemonade, that would be delicious. Cleveland plus 1.5 taking on Tampa, and Tampa, the bane of Seattle's existence and mine. I say this from time to time. I haven't had to say it in a couple weeks because it's been really, really good sledding. Baseball will make you feel very dumb from time to time. And George Kirby, I said it yesterday. I've never liked him. I've always thought the market was too high on him. And then the market goes low on him, so I feel like I have to bet him, and all of a sudden, trash ensues. His hits prop was like 4.5. He gave up 9 in 2 innings. 9. Felt like a German. Anyway, Cleveland taking on Tampa in this one. A little bit different situation with Logan Allen and Ryan Pepiot. Now, Ryan Pepiot, one of the 48, it feels like Tampa Bay starting pitchers that has reverse splits, giving up more power to righties. So when you get switch hitters like Jose Ramirez, it makes it far less appealing unless the numbers are accounting for it. Because again, it's price probability. Not saying Ryan Pepiot isn't going to give up something from time to time there, but him, Shane Baz, just seems to be a trend that's going on with Tampa where they throw specific pitches. They go in the clubhouse, they talk, hey, we're going to throw it this way and get this pitch to knuckle curve that way. And all of a sudden, you're fucking having fun. We're having fun. But this is all about Logan Allen and taking advantage of this. And this was already posted in the premium Discord, but just to give you a little bit of the nuance, Yandy Diaz, Junior Caminero, 2 very obvious right-handed bats that exist in this Rays lineup. And Junior, plus 310, looks all right. Kind of on the fringe of playable as is. I'm going to assess it tomorrow. Hopefully it doesn't get nuked to 250. Hopefully it buoys back a little bit. But I don't see how Yandy Diaz doesn't get more like a shorter price than what's at open. He was plus 400 at DraftKings, at Onyx odds, at everywhere, at open. And I don't agree with it, mainly because his launch angle comes up against lefties north of the 8-degree number. And that's not high, but Logan Allen, despite the fact that he's like north of a 40% ground ball rate, which again is not a high ground ball rate, but it's higher than you'd expect for somebody with north of a 14-degree launch angle. And then you add in the pull percentage and pull air percentage and all the things that I love to look at for home runs on a day-to-day basis. I'm not going to tell you how the sausage is made because, well, the sausage, I don't know if you know, it's disgusting. Hot dogs are delicious. You just eat them. Yandy Diaz, plus 400. We like it. We love it. We want some more of it. Hey, Manny Machado, didn't even bring that up on the onset, mainly because I'm just melancholy. I'm just so used to winning like 4 or 5 units a day for everybody over the course of long sample sizes. 4, 5, that's a little aggressive. 2 units. 2.5 units a day. Nice. Again, it's about calculating it out, winning money over long term, and then Prize Picks card just threw everything. It's like a 6-unit start to the month. That was ridiculous. But yeah. Home runs. We got 1. Manny Machado. Good job, Eric. Makes up for that Brandon Lowe garbage. Somebody posted Brandon Lowe, oh, you're an A. He's smashing the baseball. I didn't bet him on Wednesday, thank God, because would have been tilted. Hit another cannon double. But Yankees taking on Houston here, our last play of the MLB streets. And this one, I like it a lot. We got Christian Javier, who I think is hanging by a thread to some extent. I'm not saying that he's bad. Don't get me wrong. Christian Javier has been ridiculous in years past, but the walk rate, the amount of lefties. And another thing when you have small sample sizes that I really like to look at, that I really like to focus in on, who did he pitch against? Now, he faced the Red Sox. That's a really, really good one. 5 innings and really, really saucy there. But then only 3 innings pitched. They tried to limit him a little bit. Not a lot, baby girl, just a little bit. 3 innings there against Baltimore, followed by, well, Baltimore again, followed by the Angels. I'm going to call that a mediocre to like maybe weaker facing Baltimore twice, especially this version. I mean, the guy got his start on August 11th. And the fastball velo is down. He's sitting at 93 for an average fastball right now. You are in major trouble. Major trouble if you don't accumulate some more swing and miss with it. And then you look at the stuff plus. And then you look at the location plus. And the walk rate is back where you don't want it for Christian Javier. Like right from the jump, 13.4%. That's a big number. You can't do that and set the table for some of these Yankees. Then the middle relievers here for Houston, some of the weaker ones, because their bullpen is fantastic when the games are intact, when the games are in tow. Obviously, they're still without Hader, but I also like going out of my way to pick a little bit on another lefty because the pull percentage of some of these guys, F you, Jeremy Pena. I'd bet you 2 days over the course of the last 5 days, purely because he's plus 800, plus 900. Of course, he goes yard today at plus 900. Will Warren out there. I don't know if it was against Will Warren. I wasn't watching that game specifically. Cody Bellinger goes yard too. That was fun to see. But over 8.5, nifty stuff. One more time for the people in the back before we get to NFL. The Lindy and Friends Discord. That's Eitan Chander. He is firing up your Daily Hammer, and he's been on fire with the Daily Hammer. Absolutely love it. We got my guy Greg Ehrenberg, who gave us tons of value with Aroldis Chapman in the AL market. We got tons of value with Isaac Collins in the NL Rookie of the Year market. Really good stuff from Greg Ehrenberg, hanging out there, giving you out his futures plays. Looking forward to see if he has anything in the old Rolodex for NFL. But speaking of NFL, we'll get to that in 1 second. One more time, 50% off. Hails Lindy. We're going to run this till Sunday. Let's get to the plays. NFL primetime, baby. This is what I'm talking about. That's what Maryland does. Crab cakes and football. No. Sack lunch. No. Dallas +8 taking on Philadelphia. Philadelphia. And hey, they're defending Super Bowl champions. Nick Sirianni, no longer on the hot seat, I would expect, considering they just went crazy with Saquon Barkley. Nice to see him stay healthy. And of course, I flash the play before I give any analysis. What the hell? Okay, we got to work on your production, Eric. You are an absolute dunce cap sometimes. But anyway, we're going to pretend like that didn't happen. Dallas +8 taking on Philly. Yeah, they're big favorites at home. And a couple of the nuances, a couple of the ins and outs that we're paying attention to. You're looking at the dead last in blitz percentage coming from the Philadelphia Eagles, and it doesn't matter because Carter exists and this entire front gets to the quarterback immediately. It's ridiculous. They don't blitz. They go too high shell. They do everything that they need to, and they just punish you by you having to take what they give you. They've got, exciting whites. When you're talking about the cornerbacks, they wear those T-shirts. It's very fun, yada, yada, yada. What I'm getting at is Philadelphia has a defense. We all know it. You know it. We know it. We all know it. But Dallas is going to have to air the ball out. I think we're all pretty aware of that one as well. Just to at least touch on it, I do think one of the big issues with this entire football game, Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown as well. The Dallas secondary, now that's going to be led by Eberflus, who was terrible as the Chicago Bears head coach, but an awesome defensive mind. I will say that. If you didn't witness Eberflus in his prime as a defensive coordinator, the guy can absolutely call and scheme from the defensive side. In Dallas, huge omission with Micah Parsons now being sent to the NFC North. Thanks a lot for that as a Vikings fan, for what it's worth. But my big stand here in this game is that even in game scripts where Philadelphia is killing the clock and Saquon Barkley is chopping off 5-6 yard runs and making Dallas's defense just forced to do nothing, and then A.J. Brown, who I still think is in a pretty decent spot, even though, once again, this secondary for Dallas is pretty darn solid. I think we're going to have to see CeeDee Lamb roll out and do work. His receptions prop is at 6.5, plus 105. I got this at plus 120 over at Novig. I think you have an awesome opportunity to look at the exchanges or other places where we could even look at an alt at a 7.5 and an 8.5, mainly because multiple game scripts where CeeDee Lamb, the focal point and, top 5 fantasy option for everybody involved, he is game script proof. We saw this multiple times when you had Dak Prescott out, where it was Cooper Rush or whomever else, where he still commands targets, even when they're huge dogs. And once again, not gigantic dogs at 8. We've seen 13.5, 14.5, crazy numbers in the NFL here in recent years with the parity that exists between some of the weakest teams that can't score any points. It's going to probably be Cleveland this year, even though they're 20.5 team total. I stared at that for a while today. Haven't bet it. I'm getting in NFL mode here as well, but CeeDee Lamb over 6.5 receptions, plus 105 here. I think with those two safeties high, you're going to see a lot of underneath short yardage passes. That's going to be their basic running game because Javonte Williams ain't it. Blue's dinged up. Don't know how they really find anything on the ground. That creates an awesome opportunity for targets to funnel into CeeDee Lamb in very short yardage situations. Alrighty, y'all. I got to talk NFL. I'm excited. That was a good preamble for me because we're going to do it again tomorrow. We got the Sao Paulo game. Yeah, we're going to Brazil where the women are hot. I love my wife, but 50% off using promo code Lindy. Check it all out. Would love to have you there, but we're going to talk Kansas City. We're going to talk the Chargers. Only a 3-point spread. Only a 3-point spread. I was updating my sheet today. Hadn't even updated that because MLB streets have been kind until, well, ran into some speed bumps. But overall, if you heard this video, yeah, we lost 2, but you got the home run that covered both of those and then some, even at a quarter unit to play. That's nice. I got to be better, though. I will be better. Been a really good summer. Brazil women are hot. Anyway, that does it for another day. Another edition of MLB and NFL Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. I'll get used to saying that. I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the MLB and NFL streets on Thursday. Enjoy the NFL back.